everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential, let alone they overlooked you. They do not love you, respect you, or protect you. To the genuine ones, I say this respectfully. Healing, trauma, and pain is not a race or an overnight process. No, ever check on me, goddammit. My cousin I wrote this. Oh, okay. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. Not ever trade it though for me. Talk your shit, love yourself, don't dim your like neighbor. Fall from the hater, they will never understand your potential. Love yourself when you found balance. Yeah, don't ever get discouraged. They gonna try to distract you. They gonna try to paint you up to be the mental patient at the end of the day. But hold on 1 second, their reaction is different when you understand boundaries when it comes to your growth, being mature. Hold on 1 second, they will never understand your worth when it comes to hold on 1 second. Actually understanding motivation is different. Who would have knew that you was paying attention? No, ever, Jay, always be yourself. It's not a crime to be authentic. Talk your shit out loud. Talk your shit out loud. You love yourself, you better yourself not to dim your light. Fall from wilding out, fall from a hater, they would never understand your reflection. Loving yourself out loud wasn't a hesitation. At the end of the day, being authentic. What bothers someone's mental when it comes to loving yourself? Yeah. My conscience is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Today is currently January 19th, 2026, and it's currently 10:16 p.m. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. on YouTube. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. Oh, it be yourself, but no message. I am my biggest cheerleader. No, that's the trade off of me. You know, entertainment purposes only. No, ask the trainer thought for me. You've been within mind, your business, or whatever the case may be. And your mother, your father, your guardian that love you so deeply. No, ask the trainer thought because you start to reevaluate your whole trainer thought when it comes to your mental health. Do you really love me, motherfucker? Ask the trainer thought for me. This fool decided to say, we're going to go out tonight. But you cheering at the end of the day ain't going to go. What you mean? The trick told me. What the fuck you let the door go? No, for real. When you realized the day that you had a family house that you don't want to be at, did these fools really just drop us off and leave us here? No, it's the trick told me. That's all over this bullshit. No, it's the training though for me. Because you get there within getting there and realize, hold on 1 second. Your whole life's changed within 4 of a second. Because you start to realize, hold on 1 second. Is this even family? No, ever traded over me. Why would you want to shortchange my mental because you want to eat a healthy appetite? You know, when it comes to your consuming at the end of the day, that ain't got shit to do with me. I don't eat that bullshit. This fool decides to say, babies, y'all hungry? Absolutely not. It smells like a whole bunch of shit. It's the trade over me. This fool decides to participate in the conversation at the end of the day. They making chitlins. No, ever train it over me. They making chitlins. I don't have a snack. No, it's the train over me. You ever called your guardian when they dropped you off at a relative house or whatever the case may be, and they had one page to be on? Do not call me. No, ever train it over me. Listen, I don't know what y'all got going on at the end of the day, but we didn't sign up for this one-sided conversation. No, ever change on me. Help me, goddamn. What's wrong with you people? Hurry up and have this date night, whatever y'all got going on. We gonna pick you up in the morning. No, the devil's a lie. It's the trade over me. They try to, butter you up over the phone or whatever the case may be. Like, listen, we gonna come get your asses in the morning or whatever the case may be. No, you not. You gonna come get me right now because you're disturbing my peace or bringing me over here. Why would you drive me off over here, damn it? No, the trade over me. This fool decides to put a bowl of shitlins in front of you. First of all, my mother never fed me this. Don't ever trade on me, boy. Your mother not here right now. That sounds real fucking personal. No, it's the train though for me. When you realize when you got common sense and this is supposed to be the adult that's supposed to be watching you, and only have to hold on 1 second. Everybody's digestive system ain't the same, and I don't want to try something new when it comes to your goddamn pain. Why would you want me to hurt my own stomach, stupid? No, for real. I heard within the gray lines, whatever the case may be, the last time you fed someone some shitlins at the end of the day, they didn't make it to see tomorrow properly. No, ever tricked over me, and they still trying to figure out when you gonna pay that bill. Hello. No, the train over me. This fool decided to say, you goddamn kids are so ungrateful. How we ungrateful? Nobody want to end no shit later today. I'd rather have a peanut butter and jelly. Something more common sense. Hello, I'm a child, stupid. Why would I want to eat that? No, it's the strength of me. When you realize that you go to that one family member house that you pray that you don't go to at the end of the day, because you know they tolerant when it comes to their digestive system. We all ain't on the same page. Because at the end of the day, we ain't family. We not related. I don't know who you are, whatever the case may be, but you need to fix your mental real quick and fast. No, the strength of me. You know my content is not everybody. And that's okay. Now have the strength of me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Entertainment purposes only. I am Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Today is currently January 19th, 2026. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. You know, confusion. It was supposed to destroy your mental health when it come to hold on 1 second. Someone's storyline, they didn't want you to multiply. Catching your blessings, continue to call your energy back. A potential they can relate to. Authenticity started with, and they would never understand you fall from a tissue. You know, fall from a tissue when it came to that conversation. They would never understand the strategy when it comes to motivation. Healing trauma and pain didn't have to be dysfunctional. When someone tried to project you to be a man, to get to the end of the day with a straight body jacket, all because they want to control the narrative. The he say, she said, at the end of the day, the math actually wasn't making sense when someone tried to control the narrative. All because you understood that, hold on 1 second, I was paying attention. I understood I was worthy at the end of the day. Regardless of my tax bracket, I understood the hell wounds they come relate to. Hold on 1 second, actually showing up for yourself, not to shortchange yourself when it come to your mental. You know, not hurting yourself with your vocabulary, how chicks and dudes will try to confuse you, all because, hold on 1 second, they want to make a pitch at the end of the day. You know, the prediction that they had in a mental case. No, ever trade on me. I don't know what's wrong with these people. You know, because they had the baggage when it came to their reality. They saw that you was getting fly. They understood that you know how to smile. Understood that, hold on 1 second, that confidence. It didn't wasn't trying to shortchange yourself. You understood boundaries, acknowledging your worth. How I may not make sense to the average person, but practice makes perfect. They would never understand your reflection. How that bothers their mental at the end of the day, but they would never understand that, hold on 1 second, we wasn't on the same page when it come to, hold on 1 second, conversation. Now ever try to be always be yourself. Always be yourself with no misintention. I say respectfully. I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. The fact that they didn't want you to cherish the moment of choosing you. Hold on 1 second, wasn't part of disappointing when you understood how not to not to misuse you. You know, they was plotting on your downfall right to left, but getting discouraged. They would never understand how you allowed yourself to understand that, hold on 1 second, I was far from that bad apple. I wasn't running from my past when it comes to my reflection. They would never understand that challenge is different. I ain't have to wild out when it was paying me out to be, hold on 1 second, incompetent. You know how chicks and dudes are plotting a downfall, all because, hold on 1 second, they don't want you to smile more. I may sound like a broken wreck at the end of the day, but motivation, when you actually go within, they would never understand your own patience when it comes to your reflection. The energy is different. You know, cherishing every moment, understanding your blessing. You are beautiful, you're handsome, you truly smart at the end of the day, truly gifted. You may not make sense to the average person, but when the right folks show up for you at the end of the day, they wasn't trying to hurt you. Hold on 1 second. And I say that respectfully because the grass was green on the other side when it allowed you to say the hold on 1 second. You're worthy. It's a trade, Tommy. Always be yourself. You know, my content is not everybody. And I say that respectfully. You know, it's currently January 19th, 2026, and it's currently 10:23 p.m. Now, at the trade up, you're the mind of your with the mind of your business. You got a whole lot of shit going on with your mental or whatever it may be. You know, you ain't trying to crash out and shit. You ever ask someone, but then asking somebody while you out in passing or something like that, whatever it may be? Motherfucker ask you the day. No, you ask motherfucker the day, hey, what time is it? This motherfucker gonna quit to say it's 25 past or whatever the case may be, a quarter past. What fucking time it is? First of all, I don't even know what time it is today. It's the trade of me. If I actually knew what time it was, I wouldn't ask you, hello. You know my content, everybody. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect. And this is peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. You matter, you're worthy. Here they go to hate. Love yourself, don't dim your light. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments. Love yourself. Don't worry about the haters. Don't worry. Hi to the genuine ones with all his intentions. I'm peace. I bring peace. Love yourself. They're going to try to discourage you. Faith. Love yourself.
discrimination, and gang stalking is really real such a household. Nobody deserves to lose their life, let alone be gang stalked at the end of the day by someone that has malicious intentions. People out here be trying to play victim or whatever the case may be, try to turn your story around on you because you're a truth teller, but never get discouraged. When it comes to gang stalking, they hack your devices, your accounts, your emails, they monitor your mail, your packages, they even reroute your mail, your packages, even your phone call, even when talking to customer service. You think you're talking to customer service in the whole entire time? You're talking to these idiots that's gang stalking you. They're trying to project fear in you. They try to paint you out to be a mental patient. They try to get you locked up. They try to blackmail you against you because you're trying to prosper in life. They even send spell work or send you the evil lie. But continue to call your energy back. You matter. You're worthy. They change your IP address. They even try to dig up your past to try to humiliate you, do the humiliation rituals or whatever case may be. But never give up on yourself. When you don't run from your past, they will never understand how you know how to take accountability for your action. We all don't pray the same, but I'm far from a hater. These fools will even act like they know you. They will even act like they had a whole conversation with you when it comes to third-party conversations, and they don't even know you. How this type of stuff actually happens. Love yourself, don't dim your light. Call your energy back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Monday, self-love every day. Tuesday, self-control every day. Wednesday, motivation every day. Thursday, you matter, you're worthy. Choose yourself when they overlook you. Friday, you are worthy. Know your worth, don't dim your light. Saturday, hold on 1 second when you fall from a hater. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Never get discouraged by a hater. No, for real, for real. Sunday, never give up on yourself. You are the blessing, the light within. Continue to shine and let. Don't ever allow someone to dim your light. Even if you have a speech problem or a lust problem, or someone's trying to project, spell work towards you or send you the evil eye or magic or whatever case may be. We all don't dibble and dabble with that weird stuff, but never give up on yourself. You matter and you are worthy. Gotta go. Stop the violence. I'm peace. I bring peace. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. Gotta go.
I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. Currently 12 minutes into this video, and my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. No, ever train it thought for me. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. I do poetry and freestyle my swag. It's not a crime to be authentic. It's not. The fact that's what made you. Being different. Hold on 1 second. You truly had the potential. Yeah, you're going to be certain folks' issue when it comes to their vocabulary, but never get lost in your words. But hold on 1 second. Being your own worst enemy because you truly got potential. Never overlook your blessing when it comes to your reflection. Actually step at the end on God's. Hold on 1 second. God's strength. When God was showing you balance, acknowledge your worth, that you are worthy to actually go within and pray. When you fall from a hater, they would never understand how you maintain. Those healthy boundaries is different. Who would have knew that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moment, hold on 1 second, you allow yourself to choose you. You almost got lost in certain chapters at the end of the day when certain folks try to confuse you. The devil with an enemy. Wolf comes in all different shapes and sizes when it comes to that wolf. Hold on 1 second. Wolf in sheep clothes. It be the train of thought for me how they had to tell so many lies, cause so much confusion in your life at the end of the day, but you didn't lose yourself when it come to your mental health. That's what they was projecting on you. But who would have knew that God was showing you reflection? God revealed the devil on the enemy. Who would have knew that someone tried to antagonize? Who would have knew that someone tried to antagonize you, get you out of character, all because you was being true to you? That self-love is different. Regardless to what you've been through, regardless who wasn't rooting for you was your biggest cheerleader, they would never understand it was far from competition, let alone a hesitation. You're going to have chicks and dudes and different tags back and trying to humiliate you right to left. But who would have knew that? Hold on 1 second. God been humbled you from a child point of view, going into your adulthood, even overcoming this spell work when folks try to do you wrong, humiliate you riches from a child point of view, going into your adulthood. They would never understand in hands of time how you actually step in for yourself when it comes to self-reflection, loving yourself when it comes to balance. You have to dibble and dab with magic or spell work. You ain't have to do come to me spells at the end of the day to keep yourself irrelevant when it comes to, hold on 1 second, we all don't pray the same. It'd be the train of thought for me. Don't matter your culture, your religion, or your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. I say that respectfully. When you fall from a head at the end of the day, now I have the trait to be always be yourself. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. You been minding your business, your business. Your ass was on the phone or whatever the case to be. Entertainment purpose only. Your ass on the phone with them being on the internet the same goddamn time, whatever the case to be. You ever realize, oh shit, Yeah, you know, you when your hand move too goddamn fast or whatever the case may be, you end up in somebody goddamn live where you wasn't supposed to be. It's the strength of me. I don't want to say hi either. It's the strength of me. I didn't mean to come over here, but you know what? Hi. It's the strength of me. Only five end of the day, this motherfucker gonna say, hey, I can't stand that BITC. What the fuck I done did to you? What the fuck? It's the strength of me. Have a good day. You know, my content ain't for everybody. You ain't gonna be welcome when it comes to certain vocabulary. But never get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. Chicks and dudes will try to humiliate you, disrespect you, up close a person that was really out of pocket. You ain't gotta know folks for them to try to dim your light. Folks will try to control the narrative, because they want to treat you right. You know, people pick and choose who they want to bully. They take it kindness for weeks. At the end of the day, hold on one second, because you understood pretend you. Understand that, hold on one second, I knew how to respect my neighbor, fall from pretending. Didn't matter their culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. How chicks and dudes will plot on you at the end of the day when it comes to your downfall, or because they don't want you to smile more. You ain't even gotta know these chicks at the end of the day, or because you understood the rhythm they can relate to, how you truly step and hold on one second, being unconditional love within. Now ever changed on me. You know, chicks and dudes will not like the fact that you understand unconditional love started with them. You know, that will bother someone's mental health. How someone will watch your every move, trying to confuse you, all because you was willing to choose you. How this type of stuff actually happens, but never lose focus at the end of the day. Pour into you. They will never understand that. Hold on one second. You ain't for me. I'm far from my head. I gotta go. You know, always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, it's not a crime to be authentic. It's not. I love to talk about love. Love is rare, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. You know, not only today was a new day, but who would have knew at the end of the day it was far from an unconditional situation? You know, because someone showed you. Hold on one second. Today was a new day. It was far from a toxic situation. Unconditional love allowed you to see a way. You know, balance when someone didn't understand your smile. Hold on one second. That was part of your past, but it's not part of your reality when it comes to your faith. You know, someone actually sees you, hears you, respects you. Someone actually knows how to love you the proper way at the end of the day, because it was far from a pointless conversation. Even when you get lost in your words, how someone truly loves you, to value your time and day. They ain't have to get physical, let alone confuse you when it comes to your mental, when it comes to growth. That energy is different. You know, because when someone walks into your life, you know, someone actually prays for you. Bringing peace into your life wasn't complicated. Even on your rainy day at the end of the day, that energy is different. You know, someone bringing peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments. It was just another day to the random person. But when you got your best friend in your life, the love of your life, that was far from pretending, it was far from a hesitation. It was never for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. How someone could truly show at the end they could be on the same page. You know, being loyal to you, respecting you, being kind. Hold on one second. It wasn't a lie. You know, even when the devil or the enemy tried to discourage you, who would have knew that true love was faithful? Only was the hold on one second, you didn't overlook you. The fact that you didn't overlook you. You found boundaries when the situation when you almost lost you. But who would have knew that God allowed you to see, hold on one second, that fruitful cup was truly you. You know, because you planted certain seeds when it comes to certain chapters. They would never understand at the end of the day when they try to humiliate you, disrespect you, they try to strip you from yourself. At the end of the day, you have to get physical. You understood that one day I'll become my best self vision of myself. Hold on one second, you're looking at your reflection today. Understand how to better yourself. You ask God for the right guidance. Even when the folks try to dim your light to discourage you, they was doing you wrong, but you was still your biggest cheerleader when you didn't understand how to be strong. That energy is different. Wow. You know, when the enemy, the devil was preying on your downfall, even that wolf in sheep clothes at the end of the day, they didn't understand at the end of the day how you was willing to smile more. Far from being a hater. Understanding your boundaries is different when it comes to, hold on one second, you thinking God every single day. It was far from later. Because God allowed you to see why certain doors was open for all the right reasons. God allowed you to love you because you prayed to go within, because you asked God to restore you. You almost gave up on yourself when it came to that chapter. A testimony, who would have knew at the end of the day it didn't discourage you. Because you took the proper steps, right foot, left foot, understanding that, hold on one second, I ain't trying to lose, I'm just trying to better myself. You allow yourself to love you. Maturity is different when you act in your body weight. You was far from being confused because you wasn't hurting yourself with your words today. Regardless of how I love you, respect you, protect at the end of the day. You know that energy is different. You know how it feels to be short on a couple of bills or two. You know how it feels not to have food in your fridge. Hold on one second when folks trying to confuse you. You know you poured into the wrong cup. Folks didn't know how to respect you. They did you wrong at the end of the day. They robbed you mentally, physically, emotionally, or whatever the case may be. You put a narrative to your story. But you overcame everything that they put you through. They would never understand the hands of time that a prayer actually works at the end of the day. We even have to worship the devil. Hold on one second. We all don't pray the same. Because you love yourself when it comes to your growth. God allowed you to see that someone could see that, hold on one second, you was truly woke. How someone walked into like to bring you balance. They wasn't doing it for likes and views of clout, chasing no fame, but they knew how to maintain your smile. Who would have knew that rainy day, hold on one second, allow you to see that you truly are worthy. You're worthy of rainy days. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding days, even sick days. Being on the same page with somebody that actually sees you to relate. And just different. Walking into the right person's arms every single day in the most healthiest way, regardless if you're miles away. Someone's praying for not against you. Someone didn't have to dibble and dab with spoke or magic to confuse you. Someone's really showing you, hold on one second. They ain't have the energy harvest or destiny swipe with you at the end of the day. They wasn't trying to kick you down, let alone project hate. Because it wasn't competition when it comes to real love. Hold on one second. Who would have knew that true love will allow you to see? Faithful. It may not make sense to the average person. But when the right person walks into your life, regardless of a sick day, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, they're not trying to remind you of your past. They're not trying to trauma bond you. They're not trying to disrespect you. They're not trying to paint you out to be the villain of their story. They see you, they hate you, they respect you. They're not trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially. They ain't got to play with spirit to get your time and day. Actions speak louder than words when someone truly shows you, hold on one second, this future is truly fruitful. Because two people coming from two opposite worlds coming together at the end of the day, who would have knew time allow you to heal? Someone actually acknowledged at the end of the day. I may not have the proper tools of how to love, but someone always knew how to love somebody. They had unfair shared hands of unhealthy relationships, but it didn't allow them to lose the heart within. Someone still had a spirit, hold on one second, that was truly genuine. Regardless to the trials and tribulations they was going through, regardless to who had he say, she say towards them at the end of the day, who would have known at the end of the day, the love of your life will love you. You're very so much thankful that your right person, the right person that loves you today, they came into your life to allow you to see that you was willing to overcome the storm. Only whereas the hold on one second got better when it comes to hold on one second, you was far from being warm. Because when the right person comes into your life, not only they get protected, they know how to treat you right the first time around. It went from 1 year to 2 years to 3 years to 40 years. You put a name in your book where someone said, hold on one second, not only do it LOVEU, but actually spoke louder in words when they actually see you. They wasn't trying to have their cake and eat it too when they knew how to, hold on one second, pour into you. It may not make sense to the average person. And that's okay. Because true love is not complicated. True love is not having a hand problem. True love is not shortchanging someone their mental health or their pockets or their eyesight, and I say it respectfully. My content is not for everyone. And that's okay. But loving yourself is not a crime. Because when the right person walks into your life, not only do they pray for you, they show up. Not only do they not overlook you at the end of the day, because they show up. They show you that your past don't live in your reality. And I say that respectfully. Even when you get lost in your words at the end of the day, someone is not kicking you down. And I say that respectfully. Today is currently January 19th, 2026. My content is not for everybody. True love is not complicated. The fact that, hold on one second, cherishing every moment with someone, hold on one second, that allow you to see why you was truly independent. Independent when it comes to your self-love, not listening to he say, she say when it comes to your reflection, being authentic, how someone didn't have to bring difficult motives into your life. They knew how to treat you right because they wanted to bring the best out of you in the most healthiest way. It was far from a game. Who would have knew that, hold on one second, someone would be on the same page? Someone cherishing every moment when it comes to this thing called love. Because true love ain't supposed to hurt. Who would have knew at the end of the day that someone allow you to see that you believe in your faith? It may not make sense to the average person. And that's okay. But true love is not complicated. It's not. But love yourself. And not only when you love yourself, the right person sees you, hears you, respects you. Regardless of what's going on in the background, someone sending you evil lies, spellwork, magic, confusion, or whatever the case may be. Or someone is trying to paint a narrative that somebody you truly not. Or someone still has a representation of you as to your past, and that's not part of your presence today. Never allow yourself to stop choosing yourself at the end of the day. Because the right person sees you, hears you, respects you. They not part of the hate group or the hate train. It's the train, don't mean they not a hater. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. No, it's the train, don't mean. You've been mind, you've been 24 minutes into this video. And it's currently January 19th, 2006, and it's 10:40 p.m. Now, infiltrate of me. Anybody got some siblings, whatever case may be, that's watching me, but then watching me, you a girl, whatever case may be, you put a name in your book. Now, infiltrate of me. You ever gotten put in a situation where you realize, hold on 1 second, why am I in trouble? Now, infiltrate of me, goddamn, I ain't do shit, stupid. No, infiltrate of me. This goddamn fool mad with them being mad than they because you got a better headline than them. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your nanny fault. Infiltrate on me. Entertainment purposes only. You ever realize when you was minding your book, then minding your business, whatever the case may be, and you in one of those friend groups that they support you, they respect you, or whatever the case may be. Everybody done telling they all they got their business and shit, or whatever the case may be. That one friend that be like, yeah, my mom, my pops, they a Kruger, whatever the case may be. They like younger chicks and dudes, or whatever the case may be. The apple flew far from the fucking tree. It's the trade on me. You ever had to reevaluate your mental health or whatever the case be? Damn, I don't want to speak up too fast. I'm gonna just keep my business to myself. It's the trade on me. You ever been put in one of those conversations at the end of the day, and you don't want to tell all your business, but then they're like, damn. At least I know how I feel. I could talk to somebody now. Cause why the fuck is you got me in a situation today? No, for real. Cause your parent would talk about everybody else but them. No, it's the trade over me. Cause now you start to sit back and start to realize, hold on 1 second, analyze the situation. So you mean to tell me this fool is about like 5 years older than me, 6 years older than me? It's a trade off of me. And you talk about everybody else but you? Oh, you got a whole bunch of business you need to fix. It's a trade off of me. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Someone that actually sees you, respects you. Opposites attract when it comes to someone actually loving you. Someone didn't have to disrespect you, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day when it come to your boundaries. Someone actually saw it, hold on 1 second, to bring the best out of you when it came to communication, when it come to your reality. A world so different, so fruitful. Two worlds colliding together in the most healthiest way. Who would have knew that at the end of the day, you still feel so youthful? I may not make sense to the average person, but who would have knew that someone brings the best out of you? Regardless of what he say, she say, got to say about you. As long as they over the age, it be the train of thought for me over 21. It be the train thought me. Hello, you able to buy a drink? Hello. No, the train thought for me. Because chicks and dudes will have so much to say until it's their story. Hold on 1 second. Then they can relate. Because when you find someone that truly loves you, that brings the best out, at the end of the day, all that he say, she say is truly out the window. Because someone is actually showing up for you at the end of the day with potential. Because that person, what do you see in this person? Only way as the hold on 1 second, common sense actually makes sense when two people can relate to each other. Only way as the hold on 1 second, they was far from crazy. Now, and the trade, because that's what they're going to try to paint you out to be crazy. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. That ain't just different. When true love walks into your life, it was far from a fumble. Who would have knew, hold on 1 second, someone wasn't overlooking you. A blessing in disguise when you least expect it. Hold on 1 second, someone truly completing your sentence. When it comes to hold on 1 second, someone truly being faithful, loyalty, who would have knew it actually came natural. Someone truly showing you that hold on 1 second, they brought you peace. Even when the world was trying to confuse you, because when the world's against you at the end of the day, when the right person shows up, they actually show you at the end of the day. It wasn't just making love to you, but someone truly show you at the end of the day, they can hold the conversation. Now, Evan, trade of me, I gotta go. Always be yourself with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. No mother or father or guardian should lose a child due to someone's lack of self-control, insecurity, jealousy, or envy at the end of the day, or because someone projects spell work, or someone doesn't want someone to prosper in life. How this type of stuff actually happens, and it should not be the norm. My content is not for everybody. Individuals get in a situation when it comes to hate crime, discrimination, violence, DV, and this type of stuff happens, and no mother or father should have to get a phone call from the morgue or a phone call from a stranger to identify their child because someone lacks self-control. It didn't matter if someone's a single-family household or not. No, it does not. Because no mother or father should have to get that phone call. And they wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout chasing when they allowed their child to know that they have a safe place. And I say that respectfully because everybody's situation ain't the same. And my content is not for everyone. No mother or father should have their child stripped from them because someone wants to control the narrative and paint a mother and father to be unfit, to paint a mother and father to be crazy, mentally unstable, whatever the case may be. When a mother and father is not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame, they're a prayer warrior, they're a provider, they're a protector. They show their child that they have a safe place. That energy is different. They wasn't trying to be their child's friend. That energy is different. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But it's not a crime to respect your neighbor, regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. How individuals would take your kindness or weakness and try to blackmail you because of your reflection. Never allow a man or a woman to make you feel like you have to live in fear and your voice does not matter at the end of the day because you show up for you. Individuals, when you start to prosper in life, they preying on your downfall. How your past trying to be part of your reality when it comes to your future. How individuals want to keep tabs on you. And then you got folks monitoring your every move like monitoring spirits. And then they gang stalk you. They disrespect you. They have malicious intentions. When that conversation has been a dead conversation for so long. Now, ever trained off of me. That one relationship when you was in a domestic violence situation or whatever the case may be? That one weirdo that kept following you within following? Why you bothering me with the bother me, goddammit? No, the trained off me. You ever realize that you wasn't on the same page with somebody when it come to their comprehension? The relationship was over. No, ever trained on me. Why you trying to keep tabs on me, stupid? How individuals start to come into confrontation with someone from their past when that chapter was supposed to be dead. Not you. When it come to your mental health, let alone your growth. You wasn't supposed to be stagnant when it come to better days ahead, or because someone didn't want you to elevate, or because someone saw potential. Because when you in that unhealthy relationship, how people will be in competition with you when you couldn't relate at the end of the day because they try to benefit. How this type of stuff actually happens. When you told that man, that woman, when it came to that DV situation, if I'm not hurting myself, I can't allow you to hurt me. If I'm not disrespecting myself, I can't allow you to disrespect me. I'm showing up for you, but you can't meet me halfway. Because when you start to talk to somebody, not everybody's like this. Only but hold on 1 second, we wasn't on the same page. Someone was acting like they were so invested into your time and day. Now you find out they gang stalking you. They monitoring your every move. They trying to bring harm towards you. How this type of stuff actually happens when it comes to domestic violence. And nobody should be a number, let alone no mother or father should have to grieve a child because someone lacks self-control. And I say that respectfully. No mother or father should have to lose a child due to someone's lack of self-control. It didn't matter if that man or woman came from a single-family household or not. And it doesn't matter if someone is a popular loner or not at the end of the day. How individuals will prey on somebody because they see someone by themselves or they see someone not around folks at the end of the day. When someone's a child of God, that energy is different. And they wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. That energy is different. No woman or man or child should be put in a situation where they have to defend themselves because someone doesn't know how to respect them. Or because someone doesn't understand to walk away. Someone lacks self-control. Someone wants to control the narrative. How this type of stuff actually happens is now someone has to defend themselves. Or because someone didn't understand at the end of the day. They was willing to choose them, not lose them. Selves. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But domestic violence is real. Hate crime is real. Violence is real. Gang stalking awareness is real. And sometimes when you get into situations in life at the end of the day, you don't have to know individuals. You don't have to be around someone for years at a time at the end of the day to actually get to know someone at the end of the day for them to realize, hold on 1 second. You mean to tell me I've been in a relationship with a person, et cetera, and I don't wish this on nobody. You've been in a relationship with someone for over 13 years, 20 years, and come to find out now they putting their hands on you. Or you've been in a relationship with someone for over 2-3 years, a couple of months, or whatever the case may be, and only realized, hold on 1 second, they just got physical with you. Or because they lack self-control. How this type of stuff actually happens. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But nobody should have to lose their life due to someone's lack of self-control. And I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. Always be yourself, no misintentions. And I say that respectfully. Stop the violence.
Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. Stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. Stop the violence in the community.
No, ever trained off me, god darn it. That's what I'm gonna do one more. Talk your shit out loud. Love yourself. Hold on 1 second. They would never understand how you smile. Yeah. You're mad and you're worthy. Far from wilding out. They would never understand LOV when it comes to confidence. Going within. Understanding your boundaries. Wasn't running from your reflection when it come to your past. They would never understand that. Hold on 1 second. You fixed your crown. I understand that. Hold on 1 second. I was just trying to see better days ahead. I wasn't in competition with someone with lack of self-control when it comes to self-love. At the end of the day, it'd be the train of thought for me. How chicks and dudes would stereotype you, disrespect you out loud, or because they don't want you to maintain your smile. When you find peace within that, hold on 1 second, they praying on your downfall, or because you understood that, hold on 1 second, motivation is different. You wasn't trying to confuse yourself when it comes to your words. They would never understand that, hold on 1 second. I was my biggest cheerleader when folks wasn't rooting me on. I stand before myself today to become my best self vision of myself. Regardless of my reflection, I am worthy because I chose me.
No, ever trade on me. Always be yourself. Love yourself, don't dim your light. Love yourself, don't dim your light. When you fall from a hater, then it's just different.
You know, when you fall from a hater, chicks and dudes see that you got potential. They would try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. They would reroute your mail when it come to your hold on 1 second reflection. It wasn't never for likes. You was a cloud chasing or fame. If the shoe fit that hold on 1 second, then wear it. You ain't have to call certain folks the ending when it come to their malicious intentions. But stuff that you've been through in your journey at the end of the day, they would never understand how you actually survive when it comes to someone spoken in a toxic way. How folks look at you that competition. They try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. At the end of the day, energy harvesting off your energy, but you continue to call it back. Hold on 1 second. It wasn't a mistake. You know, because when God revealed the devil on the enemy, they would never understand that, hold on 1 second, unconditional love balance is different. You know, you prayed to go within, asking God to send the right people. God truly showed the motivation is different. Now, hold on 1 second. Some of us are not equal, but I still know how to respect my neighbor. You know, becoming your best self vision of yourself, they can't relate to at the end of the day because they wasn't willing to do the footwork. But you understood at the end of the day, they couldn't destiny swipe, water you down. They couldn't, hold on 1 second, keep you down when it come to God truly allowing you to smile. Even when they try to distract you, never stop showing up for you, and I say that respectfully. You know, when you start to prosper in life, regardless to what community you in, zip code, county, country, at the end of the day, or if you come from poverty or pain or not, it's going to be individuals praying on your downfall, regardless if it's a man, woman, child, elderly couple, or whatever the case may be, man or woman. It's going to pray on your downfall. All because why? You stepped out on something they can't relate to, and that was faith. Hope, but then they can't relate. They would never understand how you understood your boundaries. When it comes to motivation, it's different. You ain't have the energy harvest off nobody's energy because you had potential being authentic. It was within you. Hold on 1 second. They would never understand you'd have to get physical when they try to antagonize you. Yeah, they was running their mouth when it came to ruining your reputation. But God was showing you balance when it comes to acknowledging yourself, when it comes to your worth at the end of the day, when they try to label you. They try to label you a number one. They want you to be in a sight board. They want you to get locked up to do you wrong. They wanted you to be a mental patient at the end of the day. They wanted you to be in a mindset, depression, anxiety, PTSD, but you knew how to hold your own weight. And I'm not talking about narcotics because you overcame every obstacle that was put right in front of you. You've been dealing with this type of stuff since a youth. At the end of the day, going into adulthood, they would never understand how you stand before yourself today. Humanity, you're worthy. I may not make sense to the average person, but never allow someone to dim your light, regardless to what you got going on. If you're behind a bill or two, if you barely got food in your fridge, if someone is trying to make you seem at the end of the day that you're not worthy of choosing yourself because they down talk or they downplaying you, whatever the case may be, they praying against you. Always make sure at the end of the day, because you showed up for you today, you understood your reflection. A testimony can relate to. That was your confidence. That's what they try to dim. But you matter, you're worthy, and you are beautiful, you're handsome. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. I would never hurt myself regardless of who's praying on my downfall, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not a crime to be authentic.
No, ever trade on me. I gotta go. You know, I don't push God on nobody. No, ever trade on me. No, for real, I don't do that.
But when God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They don't look at you like competition. They not sending you the evil eye. They not part of the hate group. They not trying to hurt you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You know how to cheer your neighbor on good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. You know how to respect them. Thank you, no thank you.
Not ever trade it off for me. No, for real. You be so surprised. No, for real.
How individual project spellwork trying to confuse you. They want you to be someone, hold on one second, not useful, but you are worthy of your reflection. Regardless to who not love you, respect you, protect you, or let alone see your potential, you matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. And I say that respectfully. I work with my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God, and I don't push God on nobody. But when God sends the right people into your life, they acting their body weight. Hold on 1 second. They wasn't acting their shoe size. It be the train of thought for me, regardless of keeping poverty and pain. They know how to respect you when it come to your reflection. Hold on 1 second. Someone actually praying for not against you. They wasn't looking at you like competition, even on a rainy day. It be the train of thought for me. How they wasn't trying to fumble you when it comes to God's blessing. Hold on 1 second. We didn't all pray the same, but who would have knew that someone truly wants you to become your best self, vision of yourself when it comes to, hold on 1 second, elevation is different. That ain't just different. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, no intentions. I would never hurt myself regardless of what man or woman is praying to my downfall. And when the right people walk into your life, they want you to maintain your smile. They want you to keep up with your healthy habits when it comes to your health. Because they want you to prosper in life. And they want to be able to acknowledge you at the end of the day that you are worthy. They want to be able to pick up the phone.
Hey, what's going on? You good today? Hello? What's up, neighbor? Far from a hater.
Now, respectfully. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself. Individuals would take your kindness or weakness and then try to blackmail you against you at the end of the day, all because you understood the show for you. My content is not for everybody. It says there's one person watching me right now, and it's 41 minutes into this video, and it's 10:56 p.m. I would never hurt myself, regardless who's praying on my downfall, and I say that respectfully. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and I would never give up on myself, regardless to what environment, country, county, whatever the case may be. I would never stop choosing me. I am my biggest cheerleader. My soul was never for sale, and I don't play with sport, and I say that respectfully.
And I'm damn sure not AI. It's the train of thought for me. No, for real.
Always be yourself. Peace and respect, your name, best of all. Gotta go there, whatever, like, stop the violence. Always be yourself, no intentions. I'm Niyah, Genuine Love Respect. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one, regardless to who's praying in my downfall, or regardless to what man, woman, child, elderly person, or couple, whatever case may be, is plotting against me. I will never stop choosing me, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime, and healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. on YouTube. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, protect your energy. Protect your energy. Protect yourself. Stay out of trouble. You matter and you're worthy. Loving yourself is not a crime. Someone didn't see your potential. You poured into the wrong cup. Someone did not love you, respect you, whatever the case may be. Never stop showing up for you, and especially if you don't run from your past. And I say that respectfully, and especially when you know how to take accountability for your actions. That energy is different. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. It's not. My content is not for everyone. Never get discouraged because someone doesn't want you to prosper in life, and they work in the background, know it's the end of the day, to make sure that you don't prosper in life. But that does not mean if you're a content creator or not, or entrepreneur, that does not mean get discouraged because someone doesn't see your worth, or someone doesn't want you to prosper in life, or it wasn't about taking someone's spot. Because when God gives you a gift, the people that's truly for you, hear you, respect you with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully.
No, ever trade on me. No, for real, for real. I don't know what's wrong with folks in the day. Nobody wanted your spot. Hello.
And especially when you have character, you know how to be authentic. The right people see you, hear you, respect you. It wasn't about taking someone's spot when it comes to prospering in life. Just like when it comes to the right people showing up for you when it comes to your day-to-day activities or whatever the case may be. That friend, that lover, whatever the case may be. Because not everybody is deserving of your energy. Continue to call your energy back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because moments. Call your energy back. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. Hold on 1 second. No negative energy. And I say that respectfully. Continue to call your energy back. They will never understand elevation is different when you understood your reflection. You're mad and you're worthy. I'm Niyah, Genuine Love Respect, and it's 44 minutes into this video, and it's currently 10:59 p.m. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I will never stop choosing myself, regardless who's praying on my downfall, and I say that respectfully, regardless of the day.
Now, ever the change to me. Always be yourself and no messages. Gotta go.
Peace and respect your neighbors and the you made what no damn you let gotta go there, but damn you like stop the violence. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect. Never allow someone that's preying on your downfall discourage you. And I say that respectfully, regardless if they know folks that work in different tags, brackets, or whatever the case may be, regardless to what they got going on at the end of the day. Never allow someone to stop you from showing up for yourself. And I say that respectfully. I don't energy harvest other people's energy. I don't project sport, do magic, or voodoo, witchcraft, whatever the case may be, and I don't got to dip them down with magic. We don't all operate the same.
No, if the change on me, I know how to pray to go with them. We don't all pray the same God either. If the change on me, I pray to good God with no messages. I gotta go.
It's not a crime to be authentic. I'm Niyah, Genuine Love Respect. Gotta go. Today is currently January 19th, 2026, and it's currently 11:01 p.m. And it's 45 minutes into this video and 53 minutes, 53 seconds.
Gotta go. Stop the violence.